Hey Dayton, I'm never a big fan of negative questions, and I'm getting ready to ask one.
Oh,
And you'll understand what I mean by negative question here in just a second. What's one thing, what's one thing that loan officers are doing wrong by trying to attract a realtor's referrals? Like if I'm getting ready to meet with you, I'm getting ready to call you, I'm getting ready to email you, I'm getting ready to video you, I'm getting ready to do something to grab your attention. What's one thing that obviously your numbers, you have people calling you from time to time or are approaching you from time to time. What am I doing wrong?
well, I do get cold called every once in a while, and if they're brave enough to call me, I'm more than happy to have them in and
Interesting.
and get them a cup of
Hold
coffee and sit and chat with them because you just
hold
never
on right
know.
there, Dave. Hold on. Did you hear what he just said?
Yes. Did
Everybody
everybody
just
hear
hear what he
that?
just said.
Hmm.
He's
If
if
they're
not
brave
the
enough
top,
to
if
call
he's
me.
not the top, he's one of the top realtors in the whole area of San Antonio. And he said, if someone has the guts to call me, I'll meet with them.
Yeah, if
Interesting.
you're brave enough
So I
to,
just want to
and
like,
and now it's gonna be in my office. I'm not chasing you anywhere, but it'd be, but
I
but
get
I'll
it.
also sit down and meet with them, and then I'm trying to sell them. I'm trying to sell them on me. They're trying to sell me on them. But what I want to flip your question a little bit and see it, and it basically the real question is, what do you want from your realtor? What do you want from your lenders? I want to close
That
on
was,
time.
yeah, that was the next question was
Okay.
what are they doing right?
Okay, so close on time, bad news first, make me look good, make me look smart, educate me, teach me about USDA, teach me about FHA, teach me about VA programs that I don't know about because I'm a knucklehead realtor that only sells a dozen houses a year. And in San Antonio, five or six of those are builder deals where you just sit there and twiddle your thumbs while the site rep writes up the contract and sends you a big fat check. So being educated is huge. And the education can be the technical stuff on different kinds of loan processes and things like that, or it could be on how to grow your business, how to build your model and what you want and scale it and helping attract the right people for your team if you want to go that direction.
what's the
Interesting.
best way to make you look good?
Ooh.
Like, how do I make you look good? If I'm a realtor, if I'm a lender, I know I'm supposed to make you look good, but like, so give me like an example of how a lender of yours made you look good lately or something.
You blow me up at the app. Oh my God, you're working with Dayton. He's amazing. How'd you know? I can't believe we've not met. We've known each other, the triangle for trust and all that sort of thing. Uh, I can tell you by example. There was one LO that if you walked in, your name was on the board, the realtor's name was on the board, the house they were buying, unless it was a dirt deal, was on the board, and so they gave him a lot of honor in that
Cool.
space. And
That
and
sounds
then
like that sounds like your loan officers meet the clients in person.
so well, and I said 44 years. It sometimes they do, and sometimes they don't. And so now it's yeah, go to my app and my website and go. Okay. I mean, I then you're going to end up being Rocket Mortgage if that's what you do. If you
Totally agree.
if you may, it's already a commodity business. I'm in a commodity business. You guys are in a commodity. Hell, anybody can do it. It's just, but to do it consistently over and over and over again without just wearing yourself out, that's the trick.
Mhm. Well,
Interesting. So you know what I just heard him say, Jim, I think is or how I interpreted it is I still want my clients speaking to a person, right?
Yes.
Like don't send them a link here. That can be an option, right? They can say, "Hey, can you just send me a link?" Of
Hey,
course.
hey, buy me a drink at least. Come on, let's talk and
Right.
see, and I'm very folksy, and that's just being
No,
in
but
the South,
I meant like
Texas.
even to your clients. It's like when I send you a lead, don't just email the lead with a link to take an application.
Exactly.
Talk to them.
You got to make a big deal about the relationship. And again, I go
Yeah.
back to that triangle for trust. Oh my God,
Yeah.
how do you know Jim? He's amazing. Oh, he's a great guy. Best negotiator I've ever seen. He was going to take excellent care of you. Have you met one of his teammates or something like that? Well, now all of a sudden I look like a rock star. And it gave 10, 15, 20 seconds is all it takes.
Hey,
I,
what
But if
what
you but
happened?
if you
hold on,
dismiss
Carl,
it and you say,
I gotta
oh,
ask this question.
you know,
Carl, I gotta ask this question. If I was your lender,
right.
which I want to be your lender, Dayton,
if you want to go with number two, you could go that route, Dayton. You could go that route if you want to be
But
with
I
number
really
two.
do want to be a lender. If I was your lender, what's one thing that would get me fired?
You fired?
Yeah, get me fired. If I was your lender,
Not telling me the truth on why it's the closing has been delayed.
Hmm.
hmm,
That's a one and done deal. If you can't take a good app, if you can't manage expectations, if after 30 or 45 days you come back and say, "Oh well, we're still working on." That's what drives me nuts as a listing agent because we get offers all the time on stuff and I'm not in a relationship with that lender and they're not giving me updates and then they go dark and that's the end of that.
nice.
So you got to own it, even if it's bad. You got to say, "Hey, we got a problem. This guy's ding.
Eat the
They don't
frog.
want money. Whatever it is, let's get it out in the open, hit it head on, because otherwise, it's just going to blow up in your face."
Hey,
And
so obviously at your, I shouldn't say obviously, I'm assuming at your kind of volume, you work with more than just one lender. Is that correct?
yes, yeah,
Unfortunately, it's true.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Now I do preach loyalty though, and when I refer them, I only hand out
No,
one
no, I
call.
get it. So that was, how do you decide, like, let's say it's, it's Bob and Susan and Lisa. I just grabbed
Right,
three names and Jim.
right.
How do you decide, like, is it which one of your assistants is working with that client? Do they kind of decide, or how do you decide? Do you round robin it?
Well,
How do you decide?
if I've got to buy more of a round robin with kind of loosey goosey, but part of it is who I think's a good fit.
Got it.
If they're a dude in Birkenstocks and shredded jeans, there's somebody I'd put them with. If they're
Yeah,
cufflink, seven figure, um, gray hair, somebody else I might put them with, just because we have a different
I get it.
experience
Yeah,
and they
yeah.
speak a different language. Yes, sir.
I get that. I get
No, I'm
that.
saying I want both of those.
You want one of
Yeah,
those?
yeah, yeah.
You've got range. Some people do, and some people don't.
You got range.
Hey,
That's
what's
nice.
my dear friend Greg's asking a great question a few minutes ago. What is a non-negotiable? He said the whole routine, but what's a non-negotiable activity that's on your calendar?
First thing in the morning, I go by and say hello to everybody in the office. Then I get a cup of coffee. But I say good morning to everybody. And what are you working on? What can I do to help you? That sort of thing. That's an automatic.
So
And I get,
honor the team because these are the
yeah,
people fighting off the alligators.
they're my
Honor your
customers.
warriors.
They're my customers because I've got them trained. They're really good at what they do. Everybody's trying
Mhm.
to make a run at them, and I don't want
Mhm.
to lose them because I didn't
Yeah.
listen about their kid sick or their kid got an A or whatever it is, or their dog, got a new dog. I want to as deep as I can, but still be the boss on that sort of thing. So that's one. The next is just banging the phones. I mean, you just gotta pick up the phone and make the calls. Texting's a joke. You're not gonna get in a relationship with anybody via text. You got to call. And the goal of the phone call is to get the meeting. And the goal of the meeting is to come out of there with one of four things. And that's either an engagement where they say, you know what, as a matter of fact, we are in the market. My wife just saw something and she wants to go look at it. Or a referral. Yeah, we just hired somebody. We got a new hot shot. We'd love for you to take care of him. Or a ticket. A ticket is, yeah, I do. I'm thinking about putting in a pool. I'm thinking about getting a new roof. I need a painter. And so you call your trades and you hook them up. Maybe it's different in Texas. You need to update your will and your trust. And so let me get you with an attorney that I've already pre-negotiated a discount for you and so on. So that's a ticket. And the last one and the easiest one is an introduction. You know what? I'm not a buyer. I don't know anybody that's a buyer. I don't need anything. I don't need to protest my taxes or anything else, but I can introduce you to the guy down the hall. My contention is most people are they're probably 20 people away from doubling their business, and they already know 10 of them. They
Ooh.
just they just haven't had the right
Write that down.
conversation.
I've just trademarked that, Carl. Don't try to
Yeah, I
trade.
was going to say I got that .com.
But real quick before we do another question, Kristen, can you
Yeah,
tell us?
Sharon had a really good question, and I think this will tie in to it. She said a business plan for real estate agents closing 5 to 6 buy sides a year is a lot different, obviously, than someone closing 40 to 50 or 100 plus a year. When it
Right.
comes to the event, she's trying to figure out who to invite on the realtor side? Like, what is the business plan part going to be geared more towards? Teams, heavy volume agents? So for those of us who are trying to think of like what agents we want to invite to this event, can you
Well,
think about it?
the problem with volume junkies is then they end up becoming listing agents, and then they don't have that many buy sides. But people ask me, how do I get more listings? Well, you can call FSBOs that are expired, and I wouldn't wish that on anybody. I said, or you put buyers in your car and show houses for 15 years, and they'll start calling you back. And so, but everybody wants the instant gratification. But I schlepped a lot of buyers around 7 days a week, nights, whatever it took to put somebody in a house. And then 10 years later, yeah, they met 5 other realtors, but I hung on to them, or they met 5 other realtors and they went with somebody else, because your database is always going to erode. That's why we constantly prospect and constantly get the referral part. The referral partners will have more shelf life. And if I can get somebody that can send me 1 or 2 or 3 deals a year, and a couple of years ago, I haven't updated my stats. I had 188 people send me 360 deals referred.
Who were those people? Were they just
Site
individuals
reps.
or business
Well,
owners?
a few individuals, but mostly site reps, where if I get paid, they get paid. And
So
so I'm helping put money in their pocket. And my financial planners, I'm an extension of their practice. I want to help, be a subcontractor for them.
So I want to jump in to answer the question. I think in a way that fits is, if the agents you should invite are not struggle bunnies. The agents you should invite are your good, qualified agents that really are a student of their business. So the units that they close, as long as they're a qualified agent, that we talk about all the time, they should come, because there's going to be 2 or 3 of realtors that are going to be there when we teach the business plan. It's about where they are and where they want to go in the next year to 5 years. And so by Dayton being so tenured and having such success, you don't think that, oh, I can only invite realtors that are the size of Dayton. I've never met one other than Dayton, to be
Yeah,
honest.
same here. Same here.
Well, and
But
people say, oh,
he's a 20-year professional coach. So
Mm.
it's going to be a business plan that fits anybody who's in the business and qualified. It's
I mean,
not going to, it's
I've
not
had
going to be
people
for newbies.
Mhm.
I've had people come say, I want to be $100 million agent too. And I said, great, here's what that looks like. You got to push 100 grand out on the table every day. You got 8 or 10 people on payroll. And they, oh, hell no, I don't want that. Okay, what do you want? Well, I want to sell 3 houses a month. Cool, I can help you do that. But part of it is understanding, for the LO needs to understand what the realtor's trying to accomplish. They just bumping around. I remember one of the first lessons I learned from Jim was he would only deal with someone who was the sole breadwinner for his house. If you said my husband or my wife does this, and he no time for that person. He takes care of his family and he takes care of his kids, and he wants to deal with people that have the same mindset, same mentality, same values. And somebody that's just diddle bopping around, zero time for them. They're probably not going to last. They're not going to be loyal. They're not going to refer you. They're not credible. They're not going to refer you the way you want to be referred. And so that was one of those aha moments that I got from him, that and what he did with builders and site reps and things like that.
Mhm.
Lessons I have not forgot, Jim. I have not forgot.
Mm.
So when is the event, and how do we invite realtors, Kristen?
So the event is October 20th and the 21st in Clearwater, Florida. It's going to be the exit page when you log off the Zoom. It'll pop up for you, but you can always go to mastermindretreats.com for information and registration on that. If you're a MMA member, reach out to the office because you do have a discount to attend the event. And then also just reach out to the main office. Once you're registered to attend, we will get you the link to invite your real estate agents.
If you really want to know, and I really strongly recommend this, if you're like, hey, I want to have a conversation about how to invite my realtors and which one realtors and how much they pay and all that good stuff, um, you know, put a thumbs up or something in the chat, and or call me. Excuse me. I'll put my number in the chat. But
I wouldn't do that, Jim.
okay, don't do that.
Yeah, I
So
wouldn't.
Blow you
Just
up.
take
I just know that it's like, when the first time you invite realtors to an event like this, it's like, oh, what do you say? And so Kristen will help you with that.
Well, part of what you say is, are you open-minded? And do you have a growth mindset? and they go, no, I'm good. Okay, cool. Scratch next. Or if they've already sent you, 3 or 4 or 5 deals where you feel like you're starting to cultivate a relationship, that's a good one. And then every once in a while, you just make a bet. You just think, man, I've been calling on this guy for a while. I haven't gotten a deal out of him, but let me see if I can sell him on the, hey, and I'm going to cover it and I'm going to push a couple of grand of my money out on the table to get them there and back and take really good care of them and win them over that way. That's where I got Dan Deepenhorst. And
So
so,
there's a lender in his town that
yeah.
that's how their relationship started was Dan uh, basically bribed him to come, and then
Mhm.
after that, or
Vice versa. But
oh,
anyway,
vice
but
versa. Excuse me.
yeah.
Yeah, well, wow.
Yeah.
That's a lucky lender.
Yeah, he was a whale.
Yeah, for sure. Other questions in the chat?
There's one. I know we're up on time here. Um, with all the AI talk, that's certainly been the buzz for the last 6 months.
Yeah.
Dayton, are you guys using that? And if so, like what does a realtor use it for other than helping to write up the listing, kind of thing on MLS? I'm sure you use it for that. Is there anything that kind of stands out that has helped you with your lead generation?
Well, to be full transparency, I don't believe I've ever been on Chat GPT and asked it a question. But however, I've got
Mhm.
2 ladies on my team that have 25 certificates between the two of them for various AI things. And you take down the list of different programs, whether it's Chat or Claude or whatever, they've got certificates on all of those. And there's some whiz bang stuff. And so we're using that with our builders right now. And I'll have a little bit more information uh, in October. We're going to beta test everything, but part of it is we're getting out of Salesforce and using all that as our CRM that's
Mhm.
integrated with all the triggers and the dashboards and everything else that we want to have happen. And I've tried Salesforce for the last or Jungo for the last, I don't know, 7 or 8 years, and that was pretty much a swing and a miss, and
Yeah.
an expensive swing and a miss. But I
Yeah.
thought, okay, time to adjust and pivot. And
Yeah.
so we're doing some cool things, and part of tracking, for a builder, I can figure out how many houses they built in San Antonio over the years, and then go find the people that bought from them before 2020, because they're going to have some equity and appreciation. If they bought in 21 or 22, they're dead in the water. But if it's a new home, if
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
old leafy established, that's different. But we'll get second and third gen buyers, not the original owner of that house, but they're familiar with the brand, and then we can get the represent the builder, say, hey, we're having a grand opening, and this, I know you like you're living in one of our houses, you're part of our family, would love to, and the seasonal maintenance, and don't forget to change your air filter, and don't forget to change your smoke detector batteries, and all those kinds of, and automatic. I mean, there's no way I could do it all, but they've got it set up where it
Yeah.
just happens,
Very
and
interesting. Well,
it's all
brother,
out there. I mean, what I figured, anything that's ever occurred to me, somebody else is already doing it and making money doing it, and so uh, it's out there.
yeah.
Carl's got about 1,000 questions for you, and he's trying to figure out which one to ask you before the time's up. I
I
Time's
got to
nailed it.
say,
already
look,
up.
I can see the smile. I nailed it. Did I nail it, Carl?
Well, actually, I got a team. I think we're meeting the night before at the event, and my question is before Jimmy snags you, I'd love to maybe we got
Too late.
our little group could we could join Jimmy and have dinner the night before. So looking forward to meeting you, Dayton.
okay,
Awesome stuff, buddy.
likewise,
Hey,
likewise.
and congratulations, brother. You know what I'm hearing a lot of this. It's just good old fashioned elbow grease, and there's just
Oh,
nothing that replaces good old fashioned elbow grease. So
I'm gonna tell you his secret. He's a good husband. He's a really good dad. He's a really good friend, and he takes responsibility for maintaining relationships. He doesn't
Mhm,
wait for you to call him,
mhm,
and I admire that most about you, brother.
I
mhm.
appreciate that. I appreciate that. Part of it is I flunked out of college. I had no skills. I was broke, trying to figure out what to do, and I got involved in the real estate business. I got referred to somebody, and she said, "Oh, Dayton, you love real estate." And I said, "Really?" And she goes, "Oh yeah, you'll be good at it." And I said, "Really?" She, "Yeah, sign here." And she slid the independent contractor agreement across the desk at me. And the first house I sold was Super Bowl Sunday, 1982.
Wow.
That was the drive. That was Joe Montana against the Cincinnati Bengals. And nobody else wanted to work that day. I was a low man. And so, but I sold a house that day and I thought, okay. And then I starved for the next 6 or 7 years and then finally started to figure it out. And, and things happened in San Antonio with some great inbound relocation. And I benefited a lot from that. And we had a heck of a run till, crash here, fall back, start again. Mortgage meltdown, fall back. We lived on Equator for 3 years and being able to adjust. And I'm working on a timeline right now that shows interest rates over the years that I've been in business and the technological breakthroughs, the dot matrix printer to your first pager, to a fax machine, to a Palm, to a flip phone, to a BlackBerry.
Oh
And,
my
and,
gosh.
and I can check all those boxes along the way.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
And
How fun
so
is that?
it's cool. I mean, it's
That's
really
fun.
busy. It's really busy as a piece of paper, but it's really cool to look back and go, holy crap, that was, and we talked, we plug in major things in the industry, whether it was a stock market crash or the first time home buyer tax credit or whatever.
Yeah.
So
Good stuff, man. Looking forward to it. So thanks for hanging out with us this morning, Dayton.
Thank you,
I
brother.
really appreciate the invitation. I can't wait to see you guys in October. Jim, really looking forward to it. I got the green light from Kindle, so I am booking my flight today.
Oh
And
no, we'll take care of all that stuff for you. We'll call you.
okay, all right. Well, then I will unbook it. And so, but anyway, I'm very much looking forward to it and hanging out and seeing everybody. And then anything I can do between now and then to help your LOs or help your LOs and their realtors, I'm more than happy to do that.
My man.
Thank you,
And
brother.
I got to say hello to Bill Devers. He was on my
He
screen.
was. I knew you'd recognize him.
I knew I did a dog and pony show for him up in Maryland years and years and years ago, and I haven't gone through each page to see if I knew anybody else, but
Why
super
does
nice
that
guy. He
not
was a great
surprise me?
host.
That freaking Bill, man. Every time I go in an office,
Everywhere.
every time I go in an office, they go, "Are you a friend of Bill's?" I go,
Waldo. Like
"What
Waldo.
is
Like
this?"
I'm gonna miss somebody if I try to name names, but
Yeah.
Bill was on the first page, and so I had to say hello.
Greatness hangs out together. It's funny how that works.
Yeah, game recognizes game.
Good to see you, buddy.
I love that.
What
See
you
you
doing
guys.
today, Jim? What you doing today, Jimmy?
So I am doing my swap meeting with the MMA staff. So every quarter I do a business planning and goal setting. So we do an annual in October, but every quarter we do a 3-month goal setting. So we're getting together as a company and doing some goal setting. And uh, it was taught to me, I don't know how many years ago, and I haven't missed one yet. And I think leadership in your team, in your business and on your team is three things. It's sharing the vision, maintaining culture, and profit. And it's in that order. And if you talk about profit first, you're going to have that's not a vision, and it's certainly not good for culture. But if you
Mhm.
talk about vision and where we're going and opportunities and growth, and you do things to promote culture amongst the team,
Mhm.
you don't got to worry about profit, brother. It'll happen.
Well, I'm kind of taking the day off today, man.
Yeah, you're not invited.
I'm gonna say,
Just kidding.
yeah. When I asked what you're doing today, I literally had no idea what you're doing today. So I'm heading over. I got a dear friend of mine graduating high school today, so going over for a high school graduation.
Aw.
And then I got another friend of mine that's retiring. It's funny. I didn't think I got two things. So one's graduating high school, and what remarkable story. And then the other one is I got a dear friend of mine is a high school principal, and she just retired, and so they're having a little. So I'm kind of going from one to the other, having a retirement thing from a high school principal, and I would love to have this lady on the podcast, the high school principal. I bet
Oh,
I bet she's got some stories.
I want to see that. Do that.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
some of the best
Hey,
realtors ever were educators in
yeah,
previous
yeah.
life.
Hey, Jimmy, you know my story of how I met Maria. I'm not going to go into it here, but you know how I met Maria, prettiest girl in class, sat beside her in
Yeah, you sat next
chemistry.
to her, did your homework,
Yeah,
paid your
yeah, yeah,
bills.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
You're the best
this
salesman
lady,
ever.
this lady was sitting right next to Maria. So I met them.
No.
Yeah, I met them both the very same day because I'm looking. I went, wow, there's two good opportunities. I didn't know either one of them, of course.
Wow,
And I
that's
went,
pretty cool.
wow, there's two pretty young ladies there. I'm going to sit beside one of them. And I don't know if I've ever told Gina this, that I chose sat beside
You
Maria
might
instead of
just, yeah,
her.
but I think you
But
might just keep that
but I
one.
couldn't have gone wrong either way. I thought
Yeah,
at
I
the
think you might
time.
just, I think you might just keep that one.
Yeah, yeah. But anyway, so I think like 35 years or something like that in the school system. So we're going over to
That's
her
awesome.
her
Oh, I
Nice
got one more thing
celebration.
before we hang up.
yeah, man.
In October, it's
Yeah,
Tuesday and Wednesday event, right?
yeah,
Mhm.
And we come in Monday, right?
yeah,
Monday night, we're having the fire pit on the beach there in Clearwater,
yeah.
Beautiful.
and we'll like Dayton will be there. We'll be there hanging out, maybe smoking a cigar and just talking and chatting. And I think those are some of the best things. I actually think they're probably the best things.
I love the fire pit on the beach the night before
I learned
is.
more there than
I was going to say that's why I go. Honestly, I swear.
come early and hang out. Like
Yeah, rubbing
bring your
elbows with
building. Yeah,
yeah,
we'll have a
rubbing
little
elbows, and
fun.
everybody's kind of got their, everybody's just kind of chilling, got their guard down a little bit, and so it's a lot of great information. Yeah.
Really good kickoff. I'm looking forward to it.
And that's how you met Dayton, was at an event. So it's
Yeah.
you,
Big
you
game
you get
show and
these
event. We
lifelong
sit right next to
relationships.
each other
Yeah,
and
good
have
stuff.
fast friends ever since. Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
All right, guys.
All right, I'll
All
see you,
right.
buddy.
Thank you very much. Y'all
All
take
right.
care.
Thanks, buddy.
See you, Dayton.
Appreciate you.
See you in
I'll see
October.
Buddy. See you, Kristen. See you, Jen.
Absolutely. Have a wonderful day, everybody.
All right, see you, Justine.
Hey, thanks for checking out the highlights of today's Loan Officer Breakfast Club live call. Remember, you can join us live every day, 8:30 a.m. to 9 a.m. Eastern Time, Monday through Friday at breakfastclubzoom.com. If you'd like to see full replays, you can get those by becoming a member over at Mortgage Marketing Animals Next Level. If you want to learn more, go to mmanextlevel.com. And thanks for joining us here at the Loan Officer Breakfast Club website. For that, we'd like to give you a free gift. If you just scroll down to the bottom of the page, we always have a giveaway for you, something really cool. With that, you have a great one. We'll catch you on the live call. See you then.